Israel's alleged cache of nuclear arms is in the spotlight again. Egypt's now withdrawn from the Non-Proliferation Treaty talks in Geneva. They did that on Monday over a failure to plan for a, quote, Middle East free of nuclear weapons. They're clearly referring to Israel there. It emerged indeed that Israel too is soon to get its fifth submarine. That submarine capable, reportedly, of carrying and launching nuclear-armed missiles. Question is why? OK, well, for more, let's talk to Ramzy Baroud, the editor of the Palestine Chronicle.com publication. He joins us now live. Thank you very much for joining us from Seattle there. A big, strong move from Egypt here. They're basically blaming the failure here on Israel, but is Israel going to listen?
Of course not. If Israel was going to listen, they would have listened decades ago. But again, Israel is dealing with this situation where there's, I would say, an international conspiracy to allow Israel to continue with its quest for nuclear armament at the expense of the Middle East, at the expense of peace, not just in the region, but around the world. And it's about time that Egypt takes a stance on this issue. It is very important what happened here. But if this is not followed by international parties, by the non-aligned movement, by other Middle Eastern countries, I think Israel will just get away with it as it always did.
I guess, of course, Israel's going to say, no, it's Iran that's the stick in the ointment here when it comes to nuclear issues in the region, no?
Well, I mean, again, it really depends on the decisiveness or lack thereof of the international community, which has been very, not just indecisive, but I would say if it were not for Western countries' support, now Germany, but also Britain, originally France, the United States even, Israel would have not been able to acquire such massive destructive capabilities. Some estimates put them at 200 nuclear heads, but others say about 400, if not even more. Something has got to be done about this. There is absolutely no need for Israel to develop enough weapons to destroy the Middle East several times over in the name of security. You can't be achieving security at the expense of world peace.
Why has Israel never come clean about it? It's never denied, it's never said yes, it's never said no. But why has it never come clean about the actual amount of weapons that it's got and why it's developing them?
Well, the Israelis always think that they are very clever. The Israeli government has always played this kind of game of ambiguity as far as nuclear weapons and program is concerned. On one hand, they are kind of living up to the expectations of the United States, U.S. governments in the past, kind of kept, hush about the Israeli nuclear power, but at the same time asked them not to declare that openly, because if they do so, then it will become a very difficult legal issue for the U.S. to deal with, and there will be subjected to international pressure. On the other hand, Israel does want Arab countries and Iran and other countries in the region to know that we do have the capacity to destroy you if we wish to do so, and they use that in their sort of mental psychological warfare to intimidate their enemies.
And Ramzy, I mean, this news now that this submarine is coming onto the fleet, capable maybe of being able to fire nuclear warheads. How come Israel is so confident there will be no repercussions? Or is it just a game of bluff?
Well, the repercussions, where does repercussion come from usually? It comes from Western countries that usually come across or present themselves as champions of democracy and freedom and peace and defenders of international law. If these are the very countries, as Germany as of late, are the ones who are actually providing Israel with the nuclear capabilities. We know that the BBC has revealed that Britain has also been very much incriminated and involved in doing so. France, the United States. So they are either contributing directly or being part of this game of silence and this conspiracy to allow Israel to get away with such capacity. So who is going to stand up for Israel? If it were not for other countries, we are hoping that, of course, there would be enough international pressure to make that happen. So this is why it was very important what Egypt has done. What applies on Israel should apply on everyone else, and Israel should not expect preferential treatment as far as this issue is concerned.
Ramzy, you've got to leave it there. Thanks for your time. Ramzy Baroud, editor of the independent online newspaper, PalestineChronicle.com.